Hello YouTube, this is Necrostevo and you're watching my 50th narrated Wi-Fi battle. I finally made it to 50 uploaded battles. This is kinda cool. I hope you all enjoy. I have a double battle for you all today. I have not uploaded a double battle in a while, particularly because I don't play doubles that often, which also might explain why I'm not as skilled in doubles. But the only way to get better at it is to practice it. So this was a pretty fun match. You can see from the teams there, my opponent Index is running a rain team, and I just kind of brought a bunch of random things. We have this thing going where we bring stuff and we do singles, then we do doubles, and we don't switch the teams out in between. So it's kind of interesting to see how teams can turn over and function in doubles if they were well in singles or that type of thing. But anyways, though, looking at the team preview, I figured she'd start off with Polytoad and something else because she has a rain team. So I start off with my Latios and my Ambipom. I wasn't completely sure what her Latios had. I think mine was spec'd in this battle. And I figured she was going to start throwing surfs out. I could have just gone for fake out on something, but I didn't want to lose my Ambipom that early. Unfortunately, either she's scarfed or she just has better speed than me or something like that, because she just goes straight for the Dragon Pulse and kills my Latios, and it doesn't get a chance to do a single thing. So that's unfortunate. I doubt the crit mattered if she was specs. I don't really know what item she was holding. And she goes for Hypnosis and misses. Index kind of has this weird thing where I believe that Polytoad has a wide lens, and she hits Hypnosis and an ornament amount of times. And it's a little bit weird. I miss with that move a lot. Like, I went through the entire black and white campaign without using that move because I missed it so much. Anyways, though, here I went for Protect with Cryptumi, expecting her to do something to my Amoonguss, whether it would be the Latios attacking it or something like that. And I am also able to paralyze Dragonite on the switch. I was really trying to paralyze Latios because I didn't want it to be something that fast to be running around, but that worked out. Here she goes for Hypnosis and hits. I was able to protect and block it last turn. She hits Emperor. That's a little crappy because I would have liked to put up Stealth Rocks. I know it's a double battle, but if she's going to be switching around a lot, might as well penalize her for it. But on the same turn, I'm able to put her to sleep with Spore, and I believe her Dragonite doesn't get a chance to do anything this turn because of the paralyzation. Naturally, you figure that it is a multi-scaled Dragonite. It is funny that the fastest thing on the field is her Polytoad right now, because Dragonite being paralyzed is just a bunch of Slowpokes out on the field. Not literally Slowpokes, but things that are slow. Slow poking around things. Giga Drain does a great chunk to Polytoad, which is telling me that it is probably more offensive than defensive, because Polytoad can normally take a hit. Outside of running Specs or Scarf, he's not going to be able to do too much there. She makes an odd play right there and switches out into Rotom, which is not going to like being Giga Drained either. So I thought that was kind of strange, but then I kind of realized, oh, she's probably just going to trick me. And Emperor is just staying asleep, and she goes for Fire Punch, which I thought it was weird that she had Fire Punch on something in a rain team, because with that rain up, my mixed defense Amoonguss is going to take that pretty well. I was hoping that she would trick Amoonguss and not my Emperor, because if she tricked Emperor, she would get the Rocky Helmet. If she tricked Amoonguss, she would get Black Sludge. And that's what happens. I'm okay with putting Choice Scarf on Amoonguss in exchange for giving her the Black Sludge, especially since I'm going to knock her out this turn, which means I'm locked into Giga Drain. And since she has a couple of water Pokemon, that's a pretty good deal if you ask me. So I'm able to heal off most of the damage from the Fire Punch there. And it's funny that Amoonguss gets tricked so much, because I have had instances where it'll get tricked to Choice Specs or something like that, and I will just run around using Giga Drain or Sludge Bomb on my opponent's team because they tricked me an item and they have Black Sludge and they don't want to trick it back. Meanwhile, I'm just staying in and spamming attacks. Once again, you see that wonderful rain coming in and saving Emperor from the Fire Punch there, because it cuts down the power even though it's quad effective. He takes a pretty good chunk from, the Iron Barbs there. That's a good 12.5%. So Manibuzz is normally a pretty defensive Pokemon. Odd that she has it on a rain team, because it's still going to be weak against ice attacks. Normally you see it on things like hail or even sandstorm teams because of its overcoat ability that blocks damage from that type of weather. I wasn't sure what move she'd go for, but maybe she went for a flying move. I didn't really want to take it, so I switched out into my own Rotom, which turns out good prediction on that part. And I'm able to paralyze Manibuzz as well. So even though I didn't bring any weather to this battle, I'm faring pretty well in this battle, because she has a couple of heavy hitters in there. Don't really want to deal with those. Unfortunately, she is able to knock out my Emperor with Fire Punch. I'm not going to lie, I was kind of hoping she would get paralyzed again, and of course that's nothing to rely on. But she does take a little bit of Iron Bar damage, so that's not too bad. I do take this opportunity to bring out my Sharpedo. I love using Sharpedo in higher tiers than RU, because if you bring it in at the right time, it's a little hard to use in double, I will admit, but if you bring it in at the right time, it's very hard to play around, because it gets so fast, and with the Life Orb, and also she has Raindrops, so my waterfalls are boosted, so that becomes a little bit difficult to play around. But here she goes out into her Cresselia. I go for the Rain boosted Hydro Pump on her Mandibuzz. That's going to do a ton of damage, which is very nice. It does not knock it out though, which is kind of a testament to just how bulky Mandibuzz is. This Rotom is scarfed because my Latios is specs, I believe, is how that worked out. The Cresselia comes in, and I still really hate facing Cresselia. I really like its design, and it's very useful. It's just very annoying to face. I was really hoping that a combination of Don the Sharpedo using Crunch, Life Orb boosted, and a Hydro Pump, Rain boosted, coming from my Rotom will kill it. Because otherwise she was probably going to start throwing screens up in my face, and that would just become pretty obnoxious to deal with, to be honest. So I go for the Crunch, does a solid half of its HP, which is kind of sad that it only did half. And then I go for the Rain boosted Hydro Pump, and it finishes it off before it gets a chance to put up any screens. Fantastic. That does give her Mandibuzz a chance to roost up. I think she probably predicted that I was going to try to focus on the Cresselia. And I'm okay with that, because no screens means that Don can actually stay in and do some good work. This is actually a mixed Sharpedo. It's running Ice Beam for those things that are quad weak against ice, which there are a lot of them in both OU and UU. Otherwise, the only other move I was thinking of putting on it was Aqua Jet, which he doesn't really need, depending on what it's being used against. I mean, if I see the Mach Punch coming, I'm not going to leave it in anyway, so... But I do switch out here expecting, no, I actually just switched out there because I wanted to switch moves if I got the chance to. I just went for the safe Ice Beam on Mandibuzz. I could have gone for Waterfall, which probably would have done a little bit more damage, but if she decided to swap it out, it would have been super effective on her Dragonite. Politoed, of course, had its sleep turns reset, so it has to sleep one more turn, and Mandibuzz gets paralyzed, so that turn was basically a net gain for me, and she stayed basically at 0. Of course, my Amoonguss still has the Choice Scarf from earlier, which makes it faster than a lot of her things. She makes an odd play and switches out the Politoed again right there, which means that Dragonite is going to take Stealth Rock damage, and Politoed's sleep turns are going to get reset. And now I have a Choice Scarf Rage Powder to sit in here with while Don basically spams Life Orb Rain boosted attacks on the opponent. I just wanted to knock out Mandibuzz before she got a chance to roost back up, so Waterfall, Life Orb, and Rain boosted is obviously going to take it down. Mandibuzz has better special bulk than it has physical bulk, so I knew that would finish it off. And even with Dragonite in here, since I'm going for the Rage Powder, should she go for Outrage or Dragon Claw or anything like that, it's going to be forced to target Amoonguss rather than my Sharpedo, because Sharpedo is not going to be able to take a hit, so that is what's very necessary to happen right there. The Crunch is going to be able to easily finish off Latios, and I'm going to naturally outspeed it because of all those speed boosts that I got earlier, which is fantastic because that makes that very easy. And I believe here is where that Outrage goes off, and it's forced to hit my Amoonguss, which I think it actually... Do I live it? I don't remember if I live it or not. HP's going down. Down. They're on the 5. They're on the 20. No, I do not live it. Alright. That may be a banded Dragonite. That did a lot of damage. Wow. Because that is a mixed defense Amoonguss. So that'd be interesting. I'd be interested to know if that was a banded Dragonite. But of course, I think these are her last 2 Pokemon. And I still have my Ambipom with priority. And I still have my Sharpedo. So the priority is going to be useful against the Dragonite. And then I can just go... I'm sorry, the priority is useful against Politoed, which doesn't matter because he has to sleep another turn anyway. And I can use a super effective move against the Dragonite, which is going to be the quad effective Ice Beam. So that's going to be a solid, I think that was a 2-0 battle, maybe 3-0. I think I still have Rotom left. So 3-0, that was a good solid match. I hope you all enjoyed it. I haven't posted a doubles match in a while. But please leave a like if you did, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Bye now.